What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and today we're getting some Netherite. Let's get started. What is up everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic week. Several people have asked me to make a gold farm, in part because gold farms are fantastic, and also in part because the zombie fiasco with my villagers and all the golden apples I had to make to replace my villagers once they all got zombified. And I am absolutely planning on doing a gold farm here soon, but I'm not going to do it right away because I don't need any more gold right now. Everybody's cured. I'm not planning on making any more golden apples right away. And I'm on episode 21. It's been 21 episodes. Time has flown by in this world, and I have not made any plans at all to go fight the Ender Dragon. And I feel like it's about time that I start preparing for that. So before I go fight the Ender Dragon, I need to upgrade my gear. Diamond gear is amazing, but thanks to Minecraft 1.16, we now have something better. We can upgrade our diamond gear to Netherite, which will add even more protection, add even more damage to our weapons, and I am absolutely going to get myself some OP gear before I go fight the dragon. So to do that, we need to go find some Netherite, or more specifically, find some ancient debris. Oh, you know what? Now that I think of it, in order to turn the ancient debris into Netherite, I do need gold. Let me see how much gold I have. You know what? Yeah. We're good. We've got enough gold to upgrade our gear. That will be fine. So yeah, we're going to go mine for ancient debris, which is what you use to craft or make netherite ingots. And ancient debris can only be found in the nether, so of course we are going to gear up for this. Now, we are going to be mining in some kind of dangerous locations, and so what you want to bring with you is either some fire resistance potions if you've got some magma cream, or if not, you want to get some fire protection gear. Two of my gear already has fire protection 4, and that's because there's a really good chance you're going to run into some lava. And even if you don't run into lava, the way that I am going to be doing this, there's going to be fire everywhere, and so you want some good fire resistance. Fire protection is better for protecting against the lava because it just completely removes any damage that you would be taking from the lava or from fire. Hello, zombie. So fire resistance potions are absolutely the best protection against fire. Fire protection on your gear is better because it reduces the damage that you take from fire, but you can still die from fire even with fire resistance. Now, I don't have any magma creams, I haven't found any magma cubes, this isn't really the right biome for that, and so I'm just going to rely on the fire resistance that my gear already has. Now, to find ancient debris, we need to get all the way down to the very bottom of the nether. Right now, I am at Y73, which is not where you want to be to find ancient debris. So I need to get all the way down there. I brought some ladders with me. I don't need this rotten flesh. And I'm just going to ladder my way down because there's a column in this nether fortress. You can kind of see the edge of it right here. And so I'm going to build ladders that just take me all the way down to the ground, and that way I don't have to stair step my way down there. I don't have to build anything. It'll just be an easy way up and down from right here. Now I need to be careful because I'm building ladders going down, and I will be going down the ladders while I do this. And if I reach the bottom of my ladders, then I'll just drop the rest of the way. Whoa, like that. Whoa, okay, we're good, we're good. It was only a short drop. Now, even this is not ideal because I'm still exposed. I could get attacked by blazes, which there's a lot of blazes around here, you guys. I could get attacked by ghast, which again, ghasts don't spawn that frequently in a Crimson Forest, I don't think. So that's not too big of a deal, but still, going up and down a really big ladder when you're just kind of exposed out in the open like this, not great. So eventually I might want to either surround this with something or replace it with a different means to get up and down. And now that we're down here at the bottom, I'm just going to keep on going. So I'm just going to keep mining straight down. I'm not going to dig right out from under me because that's just dumb, especially in the nether. There's tons and tons of lava. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down a little ways and then place some more ladders and go down a little bit more. So just kind of like this. And that way I'm never going to be mining out from under myself. I can kind of take my time going down. And the Y level that we're shooting for is somewhere around Y15. Ancient debris is a little bit different from diamonds. It still generates more frequently way down low in the world like diamonds do, but it's going to be at different Y levels. For diamonds, your ideal Y level right now is going to be Y12 or Y11 thereabouts. Ancient debris is going to be about Y15. Alright, so here we are at Y15, and I'm going to go ahead and start digging out a little work area, where I can set up some, put some chests, put some furnaces, put down a bed where I can, I'm not going to put down a bed because beds don't work in the Nether. But I just do still want a little work area where I can come back to, offload some stuff, and just have kind of a little safety spot. Oh, hello, that's awesome. Found our first ancient debris just by accident, clearing out our little workroom here. So yes, thank you. I will absolutely take that. Not usually, but often ancient debris will spawn in veins of 2. And so when you find an ancient debris, go ahead and mine out around it a little bit and see if there's a second one nearby. That is great. We haven't, oh, look at that. Wow, 3 right off the bat. We haven't even really technically started mining for the stuff yet, and we've already got 3 of it. So yeah, Y15, that's where you want to be, folks. Now, before we get going, I do want to kind of spruce this area up a bit because we're going to be spending a lot of time down here, both with mining for ancient debris and just, doing other stuff in the Nether. This will be kind of our temporary Nether hub until we can actually get around to building a proper Nether hub. And so I am going to go ahead and replace the floor with some bottom slabs, and that's to prevent most spawns from being able to occur down here. And I'm going to use deep slate for this. I would love to use some blackstone, but I actually haven't found any blackstone in this world yet. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy, so I'm not going to do the walls or the ceiling or decorate or put in paintings or anything like that. This is really mostly to prevent spawns down here. And then the other thing that I do want to go ahead and do before we get started, we're going to be uncovering tons and tons of netherrack. I mean, just building this little work area, I already got all this netherrack. And netherrack by itself isn't really that useful, but if you smelt it into netherrack bricks, then you can make, I think it's just nether bricks. Yeah, nether brick blocks from which you can make nether brick stairs and walls and fences and a bunch of other stuff, like our nether fortress up there is made out of. And so we might as well kind of turn this stuff into something useful that we can use to decorate this or other areas with. And so I'm going to go ahead and put in kind of a super smelter over here. And I'm going to use a slightly different design from ones that I've used in the past. So what I'm going to do here is we'll put a double chest right in the front there, and then right behind that we'll put 2 hoppers going into it, and then I'm going to put some more hoppers around and behind this that are all going into those front hoppers. There we go. So now everything should end up going into this chest down here, and I am going to go ahead and dig out behind all of these a little bit because the reason that they're configured like that is we're going to be putting a furnace on top of each one, so we need to be able to get to the furnaces in the back here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and grab this nether gold ore while I'm here. I'm going to silk touch this stuff because if you just break it with a normal pickaxe or fortune, you're just going to get some gold nuggets, and then you have to craft 8 of those into a gold ingot. But if you throw these bad boys into a furnace, you'll get a gold ingot for each one. And so it's more efficient to silk touch it and then just put it into a furnace. Alright, so for this super smelter, I'm going to put 8 furnaces on front and 8 furnaces on the back. You could put these furnaces all in a row and then you don't have to go behind it. I kind of prefer it this way, and I'll explain why once I finish building it all out. You're going to need to dig or clear out quite a bit of space above this, because above each furnace we're going to put another hopper. And then on top of these hoppers we're going to build a short little rail track that goes around in a circle like this, and one of these needs to be a powered rail. I'll do one right there, and to power that powered rail I'm just going to put a block above it with a lever like that, and that should power it on. I think I can fill the rest of this in. I don't think that's going to mess with the minecart up there. So now I'm going to use a minecart with a chest and put this on the rail. And this is why I like keeping this as compact as possible, is because this thing is going to go round and round in circles forever. It's just never going to stop. And with it nice and small like this, when you open the minecart, it will always be close enough that it's going to stay open. If you've got these things in a long row and this minecart's going back and forth, then when you click on it, it's very quickly going to go out of range and close, and so you have to stop it and reopen it. And this just, I don't know, it works a little bit better for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and load each of these up with 4 blocks of coal, which should be enough to keep this thing going for quite some time. I've got lava buckets, but because of how I've built this thing out, I don't want to have to come putting more lava in here each time. I guess lava is a really good source of fuel, especially if you're going to be burning lots and lots of stuff. But for now I'm just going to use coal. I've got enough coal, it's fine. And now to use this, we just open our minecart with a chest and just throw everything in there that we want to smelt up. Because it's going around all these hoppers, it's going to evenly distribute everything in the minecart across all 8 hoppers, which will then go into all of the furnaces. So all these things are going to fill up, and then everything that gets smelted is going to get dropped into this double chest. So this is a really nice, compact super smelter design. If you do want to make it any bigger than this, then you're probably just going to have to make it in a big row, a big line, so you can reach all the hoppers. So yeah, we'll dump all of our netherrack in there, we'll turn it all into nether bricks, and we'll turn those into nether brick blocks so that we can do some decorating with them later. Now then, on to actually finding ancient debris. As I mentioned, the ideal level to do this at is going to be Y15. That is where ancient debris has the highest chance of generating, and as you go up and down from there, the odds will slowly decrease, but even right around Y15. Like right now, because I'm on these bottom slabs, I'm technically at Y14, and Y16 also have really good chances. 17 still pretty decent, 13's decent, and so you don't just have to mine at 15. Everything around that's pretty good. And there's 2 main techniques that I see people use for mining ancient debris. One of them is just normal strip mining, but I like to do it with a little bit of a twist, which I'll kind of get to when I get to strip mining. But I'm going to start with technique number 2, which is using beds. So I mentioned a second ago that beds, they know worky in the nether. That's not technically true. They do technically work, just not as beds. If you place a bed in the nether and then click on it, it's going to explode, and it's a pretty big explosion. And so we can actually use that to our advantage. Since these things blow up and create a huge explosion effect, we can use that to clear lots and lots of netherrack very, very quickly. And ancient debris has a high enough blast resistance that it's not going to be destroyed by the blast. Even if you put the bed directly on the ancient debris and blew it up, it's not going to be affected. Now I've got 5 different color wool here because I was going to make 5 beds at a time and then come back for more. I'll probably do a little bit more than that, but I just didn't want to fill up my inventory with a bunch of beds and then not be able to carry anything else. So that's why I did that. And I'm also going to finally use a shield. People have been asking me to make a shield because I'm running around without a shield. And I just don't use shields a whole lot. I don't know why. I mostly just forget about them. But you do want to use a shield for this because the shield is going to absorb a lot of the blast. Now I am going to dig a pretty long tunnel to start with because if you don't... Stupid gravel. I hate this stuff so much. Yeah, if you just put down a bed and explode it, then you're going to have to go through the explosion area to get to the next area that you want to dig out. And it's just kind of annoying, and so I'm going to work my way backwards instead. Of course, the nice thing about just mining your way through with beds is you don't have to deal with all this gravel, which is very, very slow. And to the best of my knowledge, ancient debris doesn't have better or worse chances to generate in different biomes. However, from my experience, you want to avoid looking for ancient debris in a soul sand biome, and that's simply because, I'm sorry, not a soul sand biome, a basalt delta, and that's because of the generation of magma cubes. Magma cubes spawn very, very frequently in basalt deltas, and once you start clearing out large areas, then magma cubes are going to start spawning, and they're just going to get in your way and make things go a lot slower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a bed, I'm going to scooch back a little bit, crouch so that my shield absorbs a lot of the blast, and activate this thing. And this is why you want some fire resistance gear for this, because as soon as that thing blows, you're going to get lots and lots of fire. I'm just going to go ahead and do a lot of bed explosions, and then I'll come back and look for ancient debris. Alright, so I already see one right there just floating in the air. That's fantastic. You do kind of want to go down and put out a lot of this fire because there could be ancient debris under or behind the fire. So using the beds to clear out a large area, it clears stuff out very, very quickly. But now you have to go back and do some exploring and kind of moving things around to actually find the ancient debris. Now, as far as I know, you should be safe from running across any lava lakes doing this. We're at Y12 at the bottom of this thing, Y11, and it only goes up to about Y19 or 20 from the blast area. And the lava lakes, as far as I know, they tend to bottom out around Y24 or 25. And so you shouldn't have to worry about exploding a bed and now there's just tons and tons of lava pouring down. You might get these little pockets of lava like I've got over there, but those are very easy to either patch up or just kind of plug up the flow of lava so it doesn't go everywhere and just kind of work around it. Oh, there's actually 3 ancient debris up there. Very nice. Now, you cannot fortune ancient debris. It doesn't matter what enchantments you've got. When you mine this stuff, you're just going to get ancient debris, and I'll show you what to do with this in a little bit. So yeah, that is the bed technique. I'm going to go ahead and use up the rest of my beds, and then I will show you the strip mining technique. Alright, so from using up my 25 beds, I ended up finding 19 ancient debris. Actually, it's 16 because 3 of these I found right here while clearing out my work area. So 16 ancient debris from the bed exploded technique. That's not bad, and actually that's really, really good. When I first used the bed technique in my last world, I didn't have very good luck, which really just goes to show that your chances of finding stuff like diamonds and ancient debris, it really just kind of boils down to luck and your world seed. Not so much the technique that you're using. So 16 ancient debris from 25 beds, really, really good. The thing that I don't like about the bed technique is it does wear down the durability of your gear, and it takes lots and lots of wool, which until you have a sheep farm, it can be a bit expensive. And so for the rest of this, I'm going to be doing the strip mining technique, or as I like to call it, strip mining with a twist. And the reason I say with a twist is because normally when you strip mine, you just pick a direction and you just start going and you just build out a 1x2 hallway like this, and then you turn around and come back. For ancient debris, because we're mining through Netherite, which is super, super soft, I mean, my efficiency 5 pickaxe can just chew through this like butter. So what I'm going to do is actually go down to Y13, and I'm going to dig a pretty long tunnel at Y13 and get through all this gravel, which is super annoying. Oh, and hello, we actually found some ancient debris already. Just doing regular, good old-fashioned strip mining. Alright, so I've got about 100 blocks in this hallway. Now what I'm going to do, and you do want to be a little bit careful when you start this, is I'm just going to dig straight up as far as I can reach. And that's going to go up about 5 or 6 blocks. And then I'm just going to clear out this entire tunnel all the way up as far as I can reach. And the reason that I do this is because this netherrack, it breaks so fast, and so you can cover a whole lot of area doing this sweeping technique. And the reason why I came down to Y13 to do this is because since we're digging up during this process and not down, I wanted to get a little bit below the sweet spot, Y level 15. And so this area that we're clearing out is actually from Y13 to about Y19, which kind of covers all of the levels where ancient debris has a really high chance of generating. You just want to be careful while doing this that you're not, as much as possible, not digging straight up above you, because if you hit a lava pocket, that's going to come right down on top of you. So there's one hallway cleared all out, so I'm going to go over, in this case I'm going to go over 3 blocks like this, and I'm going to start the next hallway. When I strip mine for diamonds, I always go over 4 blocks, so I skip 3, and then on the 4th row is where I start my next tunnel. For ancient debris, I like to do every 2 blocks, just because diamond veins, they tend to generate in veins of like 4 or 6, and so you can skip more blocks and still have a pretty good chance of finding at least one edge of the diamond vein. With ancient debris, it often spawns in veins of just 1 or 2. There we go. And so I want to make sure that I'm maximizing my coverage area for this. You could go over 4 or 5 or 6 rows, whatever. It's really not going to make a huge difference. So yeah, I'm going to do this strip mining technique for a little while. I've got 6 ancient debris from it already. I'm going to try to go for, let me see, I've got 19 back in my base already. And so that's enough for all my armor. If I wanted to do my sword, 2 pickaxes, shovel, axe, let me see. I think eventually I'm going to need about 40 ancient debris. I'm not going to try to get all that today, but at the very least, I think we can get up to 30. So I just need about 5 more ancient debris and I think we'll be good. I'll go for 32 because 30, you can't do anything with those extra 2. Alright, so I went ahead and called it quits a little bit shy just because my Mr. Picky is on his very last leg and I didn't want to run the risk of losing focus and getting distracted and breaking Mr. Picky. So I ended up getting only 29 ancient debris. I know, it's terrible. But that should be enough for, I think, 9? Yeah, we can upgrade 9 diamond gear to netherite, which is really, really good. And I went ahead and threw all of my gold ore ingot blocks. I forget what those things are called. The stuff that you mine up over there. I'll probably put a card up on the screen. I went ahead and threw those into the furnaces so I could smelt them up into gold ingots. So that's like 100 gold. That should be more than enough for all this. And so I'm going to head back to my base to smelt up the ancient debris. I could throw it into my super smelter, but these things are almost out of fuel and I don't want to go get more fuel or empty them out. I'm just going to leave this cooking up netherrack. We'll go finish this up at my base. By the way, this is one of the things that's really interesting about having a nether portal that comes out in a nether fortress is I frequently come back to find blazes in the overworld, which is really, really crazy. I don't know if he died because of the rain or because of the daylight. I don't know. So I'm going to throw this ancient debris into my mini super smelter over here back in my base, and while that's cooking up, I will sleep since it's almost nighttime, and then I'm going to go repair Mr. Picky over at my XP farm. Alright, so once you smelt your ancient debris, you'll end up getting netherite scraps. It's a 1 for 1, so I got 29 netherite scraps. And to turn this into netherite, we're going to need 4 netherite scraps and 4 gold ingots per netherite ingot. So we'll have a little bit left over, but it's a 1-to-1 ratio of gold ingots to netherite. Now I'm going to come up into my house because I want to do this up in my enchanting area. In order to upgrade gear to netherite, we need a smithing table. So I'm going to make a smithing table, and then, oh, I thought we'd get 9. I did my math wrong. We can get 7 netherite ingots, which is still plenty for what we're doing right now. So it's actually getting a little bit crowded up here. I think I will move... No, I won't move it. I'll just put my smithing table right here under the potion brewing stand. Yeah, that works. Okay. And so what we're going to do is you just throw in a piece of gear onto the upgrade smithing table and a netherite ingot, and it will upgrade it to netherite. So I am going to start by upgrading all of my diamond armor. And then with these last 3 pieces, definitely going to upgrade my sword. And then I think I'm going to upgrade both of my pickaxes because the upgrading to netherite has a couple of effects. You can see for my pickaxe, I forgot to illustrate it with my sword, but it goes from +5 attack damage to +6. So upgrading things that can be used to attack, like swords and axes, is going to increase the attack damage. It also increases the durability, and so a netherite pickaxe is going to last longer than a diamond pickaxe. And since my pickaxes are the ones that I use the most, then I definitely want to upgrade those first so that they last as long as possible. So there's my other pickaxe now upgraded to netherite, and look at this full set of netherite gear. It looks great. Oh yeah, check it out, folks. Looking good. We are getting so close to being ready to take on the dragon. I think the next thing I need to do before we can really start preparing for the dragon fight is I need to get some better potions. I've only got my brewing stand up in my enchantment room, and I don't really have some good potion making supplies yet, and so we're going to need to work on that next because I like to have really good gear and really good potions before I fight the dragon. So we'll be doing that here in the near future. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and put my new netherite gear on the armor stand so I can appreciate it a little bit better. Oh yeah, look at that, looking good. So that's going to wrap it up for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We explored 2 different methods of getting ancient debris to upgrade your gear to netherite. One is using beds to just blow a big hole in the nether and hopefully uncover a lot of ancient debris. The other is just strip mining, but as I like to call it, strip mining with a twist, which is mining up as well as straight ahead to just expose more area. Both techniques kind of have their pros and cons. The bed explosion technique certainly is faster. You uncover a lot more area much quicker, but you also take a lot of damage from all the explosions and the fire and the lava, and it's going to destroy other useful blocks in the area, such as the gold ore or the netherite, the nether crystals. Whereas the strip mining, it's a little bit slower and it's going to wear down the durability of your pickaxe, but you have to do less preparation. You can just go mining. You don't have to get a lot of wool to make a bunch of beds, to go make a bunch of explosions. You just go mine, and you mine as long as you want. You don't have to stop when you run out of bed. So both techniques have merit. I personally just like strip mining. It's easy, it's convenient. I can do it without any preparation and just stop whenever I want. But whichever technique you use, I hope you get some ancient debris and can upgrade your gear. And we are getting so close to being able to take on the Ender Dragon, which is going to be lots and lots of fun. So stay tuned and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. And while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all and have a great day.